Hello YouTube, this is my first video on this channel. If you have subscribed to this channel already, and I'm pretty sure you've seen the channel trailer, I put it up on Facebook. But basically what I want to talk about today is something that I used to think about a lot, and that is life's insignificance. Now, when I was younger, I used to think of life's insignificance as something that is scary or invalidates your existence. But really, as I've grown older, I've changed in that position. More so now, I think of the insignificance of life as something that should validate your existence. And that's because of the endless amount of discoveries that you can make. Yes, you're this tiny little monkey on a rock that's just flying through space, but yet there's so much you can learn, and so much you can discover, and so much you can enrich yourself with just knowledge that we have on this planet. And I think even though in the grander scheme of things, we are all just insignificant organisms on a planet that by chance turned out to be in the right area at the right time in order to develop life. We can still explore what's around us and find out more about both the environment on our own planet, but what's out there in the universe. And I think the sheer size and scale of the universe more so makes your life valid as a whole, because you can spend your whole life studying, learning about things on our own planet, and not really getting any real fulfilling information about what's out there. And I think exploration of what's out there is the biggest validation for the insignificance of a human life. And I don't mean that human lives are insignificant relative to this planet. I mean in the grander scheme of things. As a whole, I believe a human life has a special quality to it, some quality that other animals just haven't developed to at this point. And I really think and feel that as the human race, we have by chance developed so far that we can be conscious and we can discover more about what's around us. I feel like if we were still Homo erectus, life would really have no meaning, but I feel as if life is validated by the fact that we are more intelligent than all the organisms on this planet. We can develop more, we can do more, and that's something that should fuel you and fuel people all around the world to discover and create. And because what fuels the world are people. People are the driving force behind the direction that this world will go in. People are the driving force, but basically now in how the world will end. And it's a scary amount of power that we have as a race, where we can basically determine what we could do to lead to our own demise. But as the human race, I feel like we should go out there and, face the big, scary infinity of this universe, just for the sense of discovering more. Discovering, although it may seem like something that's very anticlimactic, is really what should be the driving force behind the life of a human who feels as if he or she is not valid as a whole. And if you're seeking validation, if you're trying to find a way to feel like you are of meaning, just think about the stars. Think about what's out there. Think about what you could discover. Think about what other people could discover. And just sit and contemplate. I find that contemplation and thinking about the universe is the best way to get through depression or any emotional ailments that you may be going through. I mean, thinking about the sheer scale of the universe and what else could be out there is something that in my 13 years of life has helped me get through a lot. Now, I think that you should really look in to discovering more about the universe, even if it is already information that's already known. I feel like it makes you feel more awoken, and just generally is a very fulfilling and awakening experience that I believe that all humans at some point must experience. Like, say, even though you're discovering something that has already been discovered, it is still a fulfilling experience. Just like when you were a little kid in science class doing experiments with chemicals, other people had already discovered that, but it still felt fulfilling. And that's why life's insignificance, you're just being a monkey on a random planet in the middle of space, should actually validate you rather than make your existence seem as if there's no meaning to it. Because really, existence has meaning. You just have to look for that meaning. And that meaning is inside you. There is no set in stone definition or set in stone meaning to life. Life's meaning is what you make it to be. Your life can have a different meaning to your friend's life, or your friend's life can have a different meaning to their mother's life, or your family's life. Everybody has an individual meaning to their life, and that's why you being an insignificant little monkey should not invalidate. Alright guys, have a nice day and I'll see you tomorrow.